Well, you lot. What have we got going on here? Let's have another look back in time. Those of you that stick around on this channel fairly often will have noticed, well, you will know that I've recently unboxed this Airstreak 500 from, I don't know when this actual one was made, but it appears that it could be from 2006. Or it could be newer than that. There was an older version, which was... Oh, I'll show you that. Hold on a minute. I'll show you. Oh, dearie me. I'm so knackered. I'm so tired. Absolutely. But I've been meaning to catch up and do this video for a while. So I was falling asleep on the settee and the missus kicked me out. She said, just go away. So I said, alright, I'll go on. So I thought I'd go into this. But I'm absolutely knackered. Anyway, so this is the older version of it, a plastic version. That one appears to be fiberglass, which would be a newer version. So, yeah, they did other versions. But anyway, regardless, it's still a look back in time because this is reasonably old. Could be 20 years old. Could be less. Do I really care? Not really. Does it have good vibes? It does. And this particular one came from Japan. Straight from Japan. This is a Japanese Airstreak 500. I was looking around for a while for some parts and I come across it and I thought, let's go for it. So let's have a look at the box. Do you want me to zoom you in a bit? We'll have a zoom in and you can have a look at the box. There we go, look. Look at this. Absolutely amazing. I would hazard a guess and say this photograph is probably real, because in the other let's have a look back videos I've done when we was looking at savages and things, they're real photographs. I would imagine these are two real photographs, but they're edited together. Being in, this is from 2000, it could be from 2006. Oh, that being interesting actually. Look, let me show you this. Don't know whether, if some of you can read Japanese or you've been to Japan and you know how they do things, this may date this, because this newspaper, and there's some more newspaper inside the box, right, from Japan, and I think it may have a date on it, but I'm not sure because I can't read Japanese. So here at the top, where you would normally find the date on a newspaper, it's got 2006 and then some Japanese, and then 18, and then 9 and 25. So does that mean it's the 18th of the 9th 2025, or is it 2006? I don't know. I don't know what the rest of it says, but I was finding it fascinating reading the newspaper. Well, I can't read it, but I also find it fascinating. Why is there, like, if those of you can speak Japanese, or you know why, please do tell me. But look, all Japanese, right? And then all of a sudden, there's this one English word, sure, you know, or there's, where's the other one I see? There's all Japanese, and then all of a sudden it went to English. Oh, look. God only knows what this is an advert for. Right, this is at the bottom here, but all Japanese, and then all of a sudden, body. Is there no Japanese word for body? It's obviously an advert for prostitutes or something, probably. But yeah, I do think that the date is the 18th of September 2025, but why is there 2006? Don't know. But anyway, I was just curious. And interestingly, those of you who can read Japanese, what was that advert for? I bet it was prostitutes. And what's this other stuff here that I just find it fascinating? I'm going to have to learn how to read Japanese just so I can read this one newspaper that come with this. Anyway, back to what we're actually here for. I reckon that these are probably two real photographs of the electric version and the nitro version on some water, actually working, but they've just edited them together. I don't think that they would have been on the water together in that orientation. That looks pretty impossible to me, but I think they're probably real photographs in real water. They've just put the two together to make that one picture. Let me know what you think on that. And if you are a Kyosho person and you know how this was done, tell us. So on the box here, also it tells you it's a ready set. Interestingly enough, obviously because Kyosho is a Japanese brand, a lot of the time you will get English and Japanese on the boxes, but most of it is in Japanese with a little bit of English. I wonder if that's how the boxes were, because I've never bought one of these in England, so I don't know. This is Japanese version. I imported it from Japan. So I mean, I like that kind of stuff. It fascinates me. GP version. GP stands for Glow Power. The electric version obviously says EP. I thought there was a demonstration of EP somewhere. Oh, there is. There it is. EP, electric power version. It's supposed to come with that transmitter. I don't think it does. We'll have a look at the transmitter in a minute. Oh, it might do actually. It's over there. This model is completely as new. Never been ran. And I still haven't fired it up. I keep meaning to, but I haven't had the time. So that's on this side of the box. So if you've got the electric version, on this end of the box, just some more pictures with some information on the boat itself. This side is dedicated to the Glow Power version, or as we know it in modern days, Nitro. For those of you wondering why, oh look, 2006 Kyosho Corporation. So that would indicate that this is from around about 2006. Sometimes that's not 100% accurate because they do print a lot of boxes and instruction manual. And instruction manual's another one. But if it says copyright of 2006, it'll give you a ballpark, because they might have printed a load of these boxes off and still been using these same boxes with that date on it in 2007 or 2008, for example. But if this was a 2017 model, as someone in the comments told me that they made them in 2017, it would probably have been updated by 2017 and it wouldn't say 2006 anymore. Tell me if I'm wrong, but I reckon that's probably the case. So this is probably from 2006-ish. Anyway, yeah, for those of you that may be wondering why the Glow engine was renamed Nitro engine, it was mostly because the manufacturers and shops and things, they wanted to make it sound really exciting back in the 80s and 90s. Glow car or glow engine car or whatever doesn't really have much of a ring to it, does it? You know, they wanted to sell them, they wanted to get them out there. So glow car, glow engine, didn't really have it. So the fuel that you put in it's got nitromethane in it, hasn't it? And we know it is nitro fuel now. Well, they just sort of shortened nitromethane and said nitro car, nitro engine, nitro fuel, you know. It's a nitro car, you know, not NOS, nitrous, it's a nitro car, a nitro engine. It's got a bit more of a oomph to it, makes it sound more exciting to children and just to people in general. So that's why it kind of became known as nitro, but it's glow engine, glow fuel, etc. 1/20th scale radio controlled .15 engine powered racing boat. Yeah, this is designed as a racing boat. It's got a pull start on it though. A lot of racing boats were belt start because the pull start can create a bit of drag within the engine on the end of the crank, because it's got that little pin that's constantly going around it. It can create a little bit of drag. So you do see a lot of racing boats, serious racing boats, they're a belt start. So there's a belt that goes around the crankshaft or around the bell, around there, and you just kind of hook it out the way when you're not using it. But when you want to start it up, you get the belt and you've got this big starter motor, and you put that and the belt goes over the end and you go yeah, and then it turns the engine over, and then you just hook the belt out the way when it's started. But no, these ones, because they are ready set, it's a ready set boat, ready to run for the public, you know, us lot. It's got a pull start on it. Hull length 520mm, the width 180mm, and the weight is 1,300 grams or 2.9 pounds. Engine is a GXR 15MR. The old ones had a GSR, but these ones have got a bit more of a modern updated engine. Pure racing at its high velocity best. Equipped with the works for ultimate speed. You can see back then their translation wasn't the best. They missed out the apostrophe from its, and doesn't really make sense, does it? But I've got a lot of respect for Kyosho. I think they did a really good job back then. This one was on number 8, 27.145 megahertz. So let's have a little look inside the box, and then we can have a look at the boat itself. I want to show you inside the box because this was, obviously the boat's over there, by the way, the boat's not in the box. Because this had never been used, I imported it from Japan as a brand new boat, old stock. Yeah, it had been opened because the seller of it had taken some pictographs of it. But other than that, never been used, never had fuel run through it, never nothing. And that means that the instruction manual has also never been opened, and it's all in Japanese, look, because it's a Japanese instruction manual. There are some English parts of it. Before beginning assembly, please read the instructions thoroughly. Yeah, I'm not going to open the instructions unless I have to. I think what I'd probably do is I'll find a PDF of this, print it off, so I can keep this in its thing. Printed in China, 2006. Copyright 2006. Kyosho Corporation. So you got with it, I have opened that, I don't know why I opened it, but you got with it some Allen keys, because they'll always come in handy for undoing Allen bolts. And you got a glow starter with it as well. It says Kyosho on it, back when they used to brand their stuff. It's got Kyosho on it. I haven't opened it up because I don't intend on using it. But you put a couple of batteries in there, and then you got yourself a glow starter. And that's pretty much all that's left in the box. The rest of it's out. So let's put this lid back on, and then we can have a look at the actual boat. The reason why we're here. But, you know, these videos aren't intended to be quick. They're not intended to be fast paced. I like these videos to be relaxing, slow paced, so we can just chill out and then take in and enjoy the masterpiece, you know, that's here. So this is the transmitter. I haven't opened it yet. I am going to open it because this has been in the box since possibly 2006. I know it's going to be an arguable topic, and you're more than welcome to put everything in the comments where you think, what year you think this particular boat is from. I appreciate everything. So far I've found out, you know, that these boats were made for many, many years, so it could be from at any point. But this has never been opened. The original tape is still on it. You can see it still looks brand spanking new. I am going to open it though, because I am going to run this boat. I'm going to use it. That's what it's there for, to be used. I think it may have been displayed at some point, because there is a little bit of like, sort of like staining, you know, like as if there was some just natural dust or something occurred on it. I think it may have been out of the box to been displayed for a little while, but it was listed as never been used, and it clearly hasn't been used, and you'll see why in a moment. But anyway, there's the transmitter, 27 megs, and I'm going to run it on the 27 megs as well. I'm not going to put a 2.4 gig radio system in it. Excuse me. I'm going to run it as it is, as it was intended by Kyosho back then. It came with the original roll of Union tape. I've got a couple of newer rolls of this that I use on the other boats. So I may or may not open this, but yeah, it came with that because you use it to seal up your radio box. Modern boats probably have a sealed clipping system, but these ones just had a bit of perspex and you tape around it. It come with a fuel bottle, 250cc Nitro bottle with a little nipple on the end there. It's quite handy because you can just slip your fuel pipe over there and fill up your nitro tank. So there we go, here's the boat. Comes with a polystyrene stand which is in the box, which is standing on inside the box when you get it. I have been looking for boat stands, but there don't seem to be any that are specifically for this type of boat. There's boat stands at the moment, brand new ones that you can buy, but they don't have the right shape of the hull to be able to stand this on. So I don't want to spend a lot of money on a generic one. I wanted the one that fitted it just as well as this. Well, there you go, like that. This polystyrene one fits it lovely. I wanted something really cool, but I might paint this, stick some stickers on it and just keep using this. But you know what it's like when you're sitting there, you got a bit of spare time and your mind starts to wander and you think, I wonder if I can buy a better stand for my boat. That's the kind of thing I think about anyway. So we've got the exhaust coming out the side here. There's the outlet for the water. We've got loads of nice stickers on there. I'll zoom you in a little bit more if you want. Yeah. I can hear you complaining at the back now. I can't see. Well, you know, maybe you need to go and get some glasses. I don't know. But Kyosho. I love the fact that back then they put the HTTP : http : www.kyosho.com. I love that. Kyosho Marine Racing, K Marine. Kyosho Marine Racing. I don't know whether, I'm assuming these stickers were on it from the factory. Maybe not, maybe so. Normally the sticker sheet is in the instruction bag and that hasn't been opened, so they're all number 28 by the way. I don't believe any of them are any other numbers. And we've got the the name of that bloody popped out my head now. Steering something. They come with one on the right hand side because most races go round the same way. But you can buy another one and screw it to this side, and it means that you'll be able to turn both ways really well. As it stands, it'll turn left really well, but it won't go right particularly well because most races are probably anti-clockwise. I don't know, you tell me. So we've got a nice prop, interchangeable. You can put different blades on it, different props. You can change the length. You can modify it quite a lot. I mean, even these days, wheel spin models and other shops sell quite a variation of props for boats, and from what I've heard, they all do fit on this boat, even though it's an older boat. So could make it go a bit faster by putting a bit of a better prop on there. Rudder as well, and there's our little pipe where the water goes up to cool our engine. There's our antenna for our 27 megs radio. Let's take off the lid. This is great, eh? Absolutely perfect. I love it. I just bloody love it. I love boats, I love airplanes, and I love helicopters, in like real ones. So model ones are fantastic as well, because it means you can own something that you wouldn't otherwise never be able to own. You know what I mean? I'm never going to be able to afford a boat. an helicopter or an aeroplane, but I can get model ones. So let me zoom you in on this, because the engine is something to be admired. Right, hopefully that's a good view for you. So there we go. Look, I think you'll agree this has definitely never been ran. There's our radio box with our bit of perspex over the top there, and just for the packing they just stick a bit of tape over there to hold it in place. But when you're actually out there running it, you get your union tape, or unison, as they, yeah, unison. I always call it union, and sometimes people correct me, but it is unison. I just call it union, but whatever. You get your tape, and you put a length there, and a length there, a length there, and a length there, and that is supposed to waterproof it from water, obviously, because the servos probably aren't waterproof, but the receiver's definitely not. And the battery box is underneath the receiver. There's your switch for your turning you on and off. There's your resin holding your prop shaft so that doesn't go porous. You can see down in there the fibre of the fiberglass. And there's our lovely engine with our exhaust. I think the exhaust is a bit strange. Maybe not on this one, but on my other one I might modify the exhaust and see if I can put some sort of pipe on it and have it running out the back, maybe. Wonder if I can. Well, obviously it's supposed to, but it's never going to be waterproof, is it? Because if it does flip over, this is never going to be waterproof along these edges around there. But yeah, maybe I'll cut a little hole, especially with that hole there. Look, you know. So maybe on my other boat, not on this one, because I want to keep this one standard. I am going to use it, but I'm going to keep it standard. The other one, I'm going to modify it. But I reckon I can put a nice pipe on this engine and have it running there. Maybe cut a hole here somewhere to have the pipe running out somewhere around here. But that's something that I might look into back in the future, in the summer, on the other boat. So, carburetor. It's got a better carburetor on this one to the old one. The older one has a plastic carb, and it's got a bracket there and a bracket there, and that screws that hold it down. But on that boat, the other boat, it's broken, so the carburetor's flapping around, so I need to fix that. On this newer model, they rectified that, and they put more of a standard carb, which is held on by a carb bolt down there, just like you would find on a car. Obviously you've got your water cooled head, and your water cooling comes in here, through here, goes around your head, and then comes out this pipe, and then comes out the side. Right there. Pull start. Nitro tank is there. And needle for your tuning. Obviously you've got your throttle. Yeah. Boats are incredibly simple, but really, really good. And really, really fun. So there we go. I don't really think there's a lot more to look at. That's pretty much everything. Don't really know why they put a hole there for some reason. The other boat hasn't got it. There's two holes there, look. If anybody knows why those two holes are there, they've covered them up with stickers. I wonder if they drilled them by mistake. Probably not, because on the other side there's another one covered up with the sticker, so it's obviously from the factory. But as I said, my other boat with the plastic hull doesn't have these random holes, so I do wonder what they're for. But there we go, a bit of a look back in time at a really classic, well, in my opinion, a classic boat. They don't make them like this anymore, and it's a great shame, because they really did do a good job back in the day of making some good stuff. These days you just get boring electric ones, you know. You rarely will be able to buy a nitro one these days, which is very unfortunate. But there we go. If you enjoyed that, let me know in the comments, and let me know whereabouts in the world you are. Where are you? I love hearing about where you are in the world. Australia, Singapore, America. You know, I've had different states in America. Philadelphia, Memphis. Amazing. Different, what do you call them in Australia? Is it still a state in Australia? Don't know. I'm not very well versed in geography, but I've had people from Western Australia telling me that they're from there. Adelaide, Sydney. It's just amazing. I love hearing from all of you. Maybe one day I'll make my way around the world and I might get to bump into a couple of you, because that would be really cool. But anyway, let me know if you liked it, if you did think about sticking around. My next goal is 20,000 subscribers, so with your help we'll get there. Your help got me to 10 and 48 channel members, and if you want to be a channel member, that is incredible. We'll have some more. Let's have a look back in time at some really cool cars coming up in due time. But what I specialise in is getting the old ones up and running. We've also got a bit of a sneaky peek look, bit of a steam engine that's coming up, and a lot of the old cars, the old Nitro cars, like the P10s. I do love a Kyosho. I love a Kyosho and a HPI and a Habeo as well. P10s, old cars, barn finds, shed finds, bush finds, whatever. Anything Nitro and petrol. I get them running and try my best to help you lot understand how it works as well. Got a little bit of a beginner's guide on the go at the moment as well on this channel, so if you're interested in that, go and have a look. I'll see you later. All the best. I'm going to admire this boat. I might even get the other one out and try and work out what bits I need and make a little list so I can get the other one up and running as well. See you later. All the best, you lot. Take care.